Okay, good evening, everyone. I hope all of you are doing well. Ajay, Mansi, Mohan, Rahul, Saurabh.
All good, Priyan. Thanks for asking. Hope you're doing great too.
What about others? Mansi, Ajay.
All good. Good evening.
All good.
Okay, great. So thank you so much for joining the today's session. So I will be having the last session, especially for your cohort. And today I will be taking care of about your resume and how to apply for the PM role, what is the best strategy, and what are the things you have to consider in mind while answering few product management related questions of interviews. Okay, before starting the today's session, if you have any questions related to previous class, feel free to ask now. Yeah, any questions?
No.
Okay, great. So today's agenda is first is resume building. So let me ask one basic question from all of you. What is the fundamental difference between resume and CV? Are they same or different?
It's different, Priyank. Curriculum vitae has the educational information, but resume is more like a professional detail about a person.
Okay, Mansi, what about you?
Resume is more, I would say, in brief form, but CV is more comprehensive, detailed oriented, and often used for more, I would say, detailed oriented things.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much, everyone. So basically, CV stands for curriculum vitae. Okay, basically this CV has no limit in terms of the count of pages. It can have 2 pages, it can have 10 pages, it can have 100 pages or beyond 100 pages also, depending upon the kind of profile you have built over the period of time. So where to use CV? CV will be used only for academic purpose. Whether you want to apply for a master's or PhD or internship or even you can say live project, or you want to work on any kind of thesis or project, or you want to attend any kind of seminar or webinar, or you are about to write any research paper, or you are going to publish any paper, or you want to apply for a faculty role, whether permanent faculty, full-time faculty, visiting faculty, or you can say online faculty. For that purpose, you have to apply only with CV. CV basically stands only for academic purpose, means it will talk about all your academics detailed starting from your schooling, where you did schooling, then graduation, post graduation, what type of work you did out, what type of project you worked. Each and every detail you have to add into the CV, and that will talk about your you can say authenticity and credibility. Whereas resume is just a one-page document. It will talk about your skill sets, nothing else. And whenever you want to apply for job in public sector or private sector, you have to share only resume, not your CV. Now, what are the components on resume? There are minimum six components should be there, like your personal details, your objective, which is optional, then your professional work experience, then you have education, then you have extracurricular activities, or co-curricular activities or hobbies, you can say. And finally, you must have certifications. So minimum six components should be there in your resume. So whenever any HR asks you to share your CV, especially for a job, please understand they are actually asking for resume. Don't get confused about this. So whenever you want to apply for a job, always focus on sharing resume rather than CV. Is this point clear?
Yes.
Others, please confirm.
Yes.
Now, let
Yes,
me ask
Priyank.
one thing. Let me ask one thing. How much is the length of your resume right now?
More than one pages.
More than one page resume you have?
1.5.
1.5 page, okay.
Yeah.
And tell me one thing. How much recruiter spent minutes or seconds in going through your resume? How
Top
much
10
time you
seconds.
actually spent?
घंटा लग जाएगा आपको आराम से, ताकि 8 बजे खेलेंगे, 8 बजे खेलेंगे तो 9 बजे तक 8 से 9 खेल सकते हैं.
Aditya, please mute yourself. Background noise is coming from your side. Yeah. How much time the recruiter actually spent in going through your resume for evaluating your job profile?
Top 20 seconds, Priyank. They only look at the skills and nothing.
20 seconds only.
In my opinion, yes.
Okay, Ajay, what about you?
Ten to 20 seconds.
10 to 20 seconds. Okay. Mansi?
I think they don't even look at it. It's the software which is scanning the resume, and if manually they are looking, it would be few seconds only.
Okay. Okay. What about others? Saurabh Joshi, Rahul, how much time recruiter actually spent?
I said 20 seconds, Priyank.
You said 20 seconds, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Then Aditya? Aditya, what about you? Okay, no problem. Basically, recruiter take hardly 30 seconds to evaluate your profile. Hardly 30 seconds. Not more than that. Now, in that 30 seconds, they will check your skill set, how you have acquired either during internships or live project or professional work experience, or does your certifications are relevant or not. In that 30 seconds, they will not offer you a job. They will just call you for having conversation on the table. So your resume is your gateway to get the discussion on the interview table. They will not give you a job. They will just open the door to have a face-to-face conversation. Now, what are the key elements of a good resume, especially for aspiring product managers like you, so that whenever you apply, you don't face any kind of rejection? So let's get started. First of all, every recruiter wants to understand what you are doing in the last 3 years. Or if you have changed multiple jobs in the last 3 years, then the last 3 jobs are relevant for them. They don't want to understand, and they don't have even time to know what you did in 5 years of age, 10 years of age, 15 years of age. Rather, they are interested to know what you are doing in the last 3 years or last 3 positions, if you have changed in the last 3 years. So don't highlight too much detail which is going beyond 1 page, because they don't have so much time. And if you are including second page or third page, the chances are hardly 1% to scroll to the second page or third page. So make sure you should highlight in 1 page, make it short, and add bullet point rather than adding long paragraphs, because a short and concise resume will help you to improve your communication skills. Now, in your resume, don't mention about your responsibilities. Always highlight your accomplishment or achievements. Now, what is achievement? Let me give an example. Suppose Mansi is working on, some clerical task like fetching the reports from the raw data, and then you can say publish in the form of Excel or in the form of Power BI Tableau tools, and generate the summary and share with her team leads or manager. This is just a clerical task. But recruiter don't add any value if you mention the responsibilities like this. You have to talk about what was the impact, what was the achievement. See, report is something which is necessary for your job. Now, what actions you have taken after preparing the report? Or suppose your higher management has taken the action, then you have to highlight. Just like you can mention that you have implemented 3 features in the product by observing metric and KPI through the dashboard. That is your achievement. Because of your clerical task, that is fetching the report and publishing in the form of metric and KPI, your higher management took 3 actions that resulted in designing of new features for the customer, and customer become happy. Customer pain points are addressed. This is how you have to showcase your impact and quantify with the numbers as much as you can. Just like improve the experience of 30 customers, 50 customers, or reduce their complaints by 75%. The more numbers you add, it will quantify your impact. And in your resume, always highlight the skill set. Now, whenever you apply for any PM role, the recruiter always create the job description. In the job description, there are three components are there. One is the employer details, the brief summary of your company, like what your company actually do. Second, expected roles and responsibilities, means आपसे आपसे क्या काम करवाया जाएगा when they hire you. And third is the skill expectations. What type of skills they are looking for. What type of skills they are looking for. Okay, so pick up the keywords from the expectation in terms of the skill set and add as much as you can in your resume. Just like stakeholder management, product development, product design, customer experience, or customer satisfaction. These are the most important skill set which you have to pick from the JD and add in your resume. And try to correlate with the points which you worked in the past. This will increase not only your ATS score, that is application tracking score, but ultimately it will help you to increase your chances in the eyes of the recruiter, and they will definitely get benefited in hiring you. Okay. Now, what is the template you can refer in highlighting your impact? You have to remember this template which is mentioned on the screen. Accomplish A as measured by B by doing C. Now, what is C? C is your task. C is your task. Just like I told you a couple of minutes back, the clerical task, something like that. Measured by B. B means your metric. How did you measure the impact? Just like NPS, or even you can say response time, exit rate, bounce rate, adoption rate, acquisition rate. So those metric and KPI will come under B part. And accomplish A. It can be either monetary outcome or customer outcome. Monetary outcome is just like revenue, profit, sales, or you can say cost optimization. Or it can be customer outcome like customer adoption, customer retention, customer complaint resolution, like that. So either you highlight in business outcome or either you highlight in customer outcome, but that will come as part of accomplish A. Let me give an example. Suppose if you read this line, which is there on the screen, just like he mentioned here. Suppose if you mention like this, your task as increase server query response time. This is a poor statement. Why? Because you are just highlighting the task. You mentioned what is the task, but how you did and what was the impact? Did you measure the impact? Nothing is mentioned. No quantification is there. But suppose if you mention additional word like you increase the server query response time by restructuring our API, means now the how part also come up. Earlier you mentioned what part, now you mention what and how. But if you add the numbers, just like by 15%, then ultimately it will showcase your real impact, which is called as how much. And this becomes your excellent or the best statement, because your leadership potential is highlighted in your resume. You mentioned what is the task you did, how you improved, and what was the improvement value. Each and everything you have highlighted here, and that's why it becomes excellent statement. I hope this is clear.
Yes.
Yes, Priyank.
Others, please confirm.
Yes, clear.
Okay. Now, if you are a student who are studying in schools or you are just graduated, then your education should come at the top. But if you are a working professional, then your education should come at the bottom, because your resume will talk about the things mentioned in reverse chronological order, like your more recent one at the top, followed by second recent, then third recent, and all. Okay. And there is no need to highlight your high school or 10th or 12th standard marks. Nobody will ask them. If suppose you are highlighting in the BTech or you can say MTech or Masters or Bachelors, no need to highlight your marks and you can say CGPA. Nobody cares when you apply for the PM role. They will hire you based upon your skill set. They're based upon your performance you showcase during the interview by solving cases and the guesstimate and how to handle the behavioral or cultural fit round. So marks doesn't play any role. So first point is no need to mention the scores and CGPA for graduation and post-graduation. Second, 10th and 12th, completely remove this particular option. Now, when you are applying, always share your resume in PDF format. Don't share the document in the Word format. And there are so many AI tools are available which actually are free of cost to eliminate your grammatical errors or spelling mistakes. Please take the benefit of that. Make sure it should be proofreaded before sharing with the resume, and always tailor your resume with the keywords which is mentioned in your JD. Don't share the same resume with every job. Otherwise, it doesn't give any kind of value. You are just wasting your time, but it doesn't add any value. And always keep adding your personal detail. And in your personal detail, only 3 things should be there: name, email ID, contact number. If your LinkedIn profile is updated, you can mention your LinkedIn URL. That's completely optional, but add only if it is updated. Otherwise, just 3 things are there. Don't add your highly personal detail. Some people are having a bad habit. They mention everything like their father name, mother name, spouse name, address, or you can say location, or even blood group, PAN number, Aadhaar number. There is no need. If you are sharing your highly personal details, someone can easily hack your bank account, and you are responsible for your own actions, because you don't know who is going to read your resume and how much they can misuse your personal detail. These details are important. I'm not saying that. These details are also important, but only HR require once you are selected for the company. When you are about to join the company, they have the legal right to ask for the, you can say, proof of your documents. Then you can share each and every photocopy or showcase the original. But right now, before applying for a job, no need to share these kind of detail. And it should be 1 page only, and always structure the resume in well-defined sections. Now I'm sharing 3 samples one by one. This is a sample one. Look at this resume. I'm giving you 5 to 10 seconds. Go through the same. And what do you think about this resume? It is a good resume, bad resume, or worse resume? Tell me. Do you hire this person?
No, first of all, he used a red color.
रेड कलर कहाँ लिखा है यूज किया? अच्छा, वो प्रोजेक्ट के अंदर ही है. ओके ओके, रेड कलर इज नॉट अलाउड. ओके, ओनली ब्लू, ग्रे, पर्पल or brown. These 4 professional colors are allowed. Red is not allowed. Okay, good. Any other observation?
The information isn't crisp, Priyank. We have to keep it short and crisp, but in this resume, the information is very elaborated. So that's a major drawback too.
The information is very elaborated. Okay. Any other observation?
Although he has education, although he has experience, he has mentioned his education details in the beginning. So that should come in the last.
Okay. Any other observation?
Too many links. No one is going to click on those links actually.
Curriculum achievements.
Just a second. Okay, so basically there are certain mistakes are there. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think
First
contact
point is
number is not
that
shared.
it
Too
is
many
more than
details,
1
actually.
page. Okay. Second is this person has highlighted 10th and 12th, which is not required. Marks he also mentioned, which is not at all required. And the skills part, he is populating everywhere, like technical skills, key skill, and for each and every company, he also mentioned the skill set, which is not at all required. It's a duplication. If you go through the detail, this person has mentioned the summary of each and every project, which is not required. Just like see this, these 3 points are there. These 3 lines are there. These 3 lines are there. You can populate in a single way what tools you have worked, what type of profile you handle, but not required to explain for each and every company. Then if you read the bullet points, he didn't mention the impact. He just mentioned his duties. He didn't mention the accomplishment. If you go to the last page, He mentioned about certifications. That is good. But these certifications are not relevant to the product management. In fact, you have to highlight only those certifications which are relevant to the product management. Don't highlight the certifications which are not relevant, or remove those. Regarding the extracurricular, it is not required because you are a working professional. These things doesn't matter. Only for freshers, the extracurriculars or hobbies matter. And finally, the project. These projects have nothing to do with the product management. These projects are related to his BTech project, which he did 4 years back, which has no relevance in the market right now. So too much information, irrelevant information, no accomplishment, and duplication of skills and showcasing irrelevant data that makes the resume bad resume. Mansi, Aditya, is this clear?
Correct, yes. Also, the contact information is not shared, maybe because of a sample resume, but he haven't shared his contact information in this.
Sorry, come again.
The contact information is not shared.
Contact info. Oh, that I have made it hidden just
Okay.
for the privacy purpose, because I am sharing
Okay.
one sample. Na.
Okay, got it.
Sharing another resume. Just like see this, I also made this details hidden. Na. Okay. So because of privacy, we need to maintain these kind of things in the session. Now I am sharing one page resume. Look at this. What do you feel? It's a good resume, bad resume, or worse resume?
This is a good
It's
one.
bad. It's,
देख तो लो
well,
पहले अच्छे से.
it's bad because I mean it's not properly aligned. One thing. Too many highlights using bold.
और क्या दिक्कत है इसमें?
It's too many jumps actually. No.
हम्म.
Okay, that's it. Product management certification program.
Any other observation?
He used a summary on the left side. It's not properly aligned.
Hmm.
Summary on the left side when he used it, and under that the key skills they are not properly aligned.
Okay. Any other observation?
Technical skills are not related to product management or tools. Product management
There are
projects.
multiple mistakes here. First is that look at the starting one. The hierarchy is wrong. They start
Yeah.
with the project. Ideally, it should start with the work experience. Work experience should come at the top, then followed by project and then education. Okay. The ordering is wrong. Second mistake is in the education, it didn't mention about the bachelor's or master's. Bachelor's or master's की तो कोई बात ही नहीं करी है उसने. Okay. Third is look at the experience. कितना experience है इंसान का? 11 साल. Okay. Now he mentioned 11 years of experience in how many lines? Hardly 6-7 lines. Look at the project. Did he mention the timeline? कब शुरू किया, कब खत्म किया? Is it mentioned? Yes or no? नहीं लिखा ना? Mansi, Aditya.
Correct, correct. Also, should we mention projects on the top like he mentioned, or it should be mentioned in the last?
In the second, first experience, then project, then education.
Okay.
Now look at the project. Ideally, projects are of maximum 6-month duration, not beyond that. Now, this 6-month project, how many lines he acquired? Almost 30. 20, 25 lines he has acquired. And look at the 11 years of work experience. That is 8 lines. Is it practical that if you worked in an organization for 11 years, you mention your experience in just 8 lines? But if you worked in the project, you highlight in 25 lines. Is it practical? What does it indicate? It indicates that your entire experience in the last 11 years is just for the sake of time pass experience because you don't have anything to write. But if you worked in a project that gives you real learning, you are highlighting in 25 lines. It means you have a presentation skills issues. You got my point? Yes or no?
Yes, got it.
So that should be symmetrical. That's why it is again a bad resume. Now look at the third sample. What do you think? What do you think?
This one is a good format and good
This one
alignment.
is definitely a good resume in each and every respect.
Yeah, this one is better. Yeah. The information is placed correctly and the segment is right too.
It is basically a good resume. Okay, because the template is properly aligned, the financial figures and stats are marked as a bold, and most important is that skills are highlighted, the template is followed, and also whether you worked as an individual contributor, as a team player, he mentioned correctly. Everything is crystal clear here. That's why it is a good resume. Okay. Now, whatever the samples I have given so far, these are basically textual resume. These are basically textual resume because you have just mentioned about text, only pure text. There is no diagram, no image, no graphic, no emojis, no icons, nothing, no table. But in market, visual resume also works where you see the pictures, the graphics, the icons, the tables, the boxes, the different font and the different colors. This is also allowed in the market. And this resume has been created in a tool. I am writing the name of the tool in the chat. That is Novo Resume. It is a free tool. If you create one page resume, it is absolutely free of cost. But if you create more than one page, let's say example, 2 page, 3 page, then additional pages will be chargeable for you. They will charge you $40 or $60, something like that. And then only you will be able to download that. But only one page is free. Now, tell me one thing, is photograph is necessary in your resume? For product
Absolutely
manager?
not.
Huh?
No, not just for product management role. For any role, the photo is not necessary.
For every role?
Yeah, in my opinion, yes.
This statement is not 100% correct. There are 3 roles where photographs are mandatory. If you apply for aviation industry role or hospitality role or creative artist role, then photograph is mandatory. In fact, you have to upload 2 photographs, one close-up portrait mode photograph and second one is close-up photograph, because you have to directly showcase your selling skills in the market. Okay, just like suppose if you apply for hotel receptionist role, or if you apply for the air hostess role, or if you apply for a flight attendant role, then photograph is mandatory. Or if you apply for actor or actress in some kind of stage artist kind of a role, then photograph is mandatory. For that role, it is mandatory. For other roles, it is purely optional. Nobody is going to offer you a job because of the looks. It's completely optional. It's your call whether you want to showcase or not. But people do mention their photographs in the visual resume just to showcase their personality. That's it. But if you are sharing photograph, make sure it should be having the professional touch. It should not having a casual look. कुछ लोगों की आदत है वो सेल्फी खींच के लगा देते हैं, या बहुत ज्यादा क्लोजअप डाल दिया, या बहुत छोटा सा फोटो डाल दिया. That doesn't work. You should upload the professional photograph only. And in this particular resume, you have a 2x2 sample. देख रहे हो 2 कॉलम है, एक ये कॉलम है, एक ये कॉलम है. This is called a 2x2 format, and you can condense that information also. But what stand out in visual resume? You have to use visual resume only if you are 100% sure that your recruiter will go through the resume through their human eyes. मतलब अगर आप 100% श्योर हो कि आपका resume इंसान ही पढ़ेगा अपनी आंखों से, then always use visual resume. But if you apply via online, always use textual resume, because textual is more ATS friendly as compared to the visual. Clear हो गया ये चीज? कब कौन सा यूज करना है? Ajay, Mohan, Rahul, Saurabh, is this clear?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I'm sharing one another resume. This resume is of hardcore product leader, which is having more than 10, 12 years of work experience, and he's handling that leadership position in a company. But you can see, if you are working as a leader, you are not just handling one portfolio. You are handling multiple portfolio, just like he worked in product management. He also handled the business development. He also mentioned the consulting strategy role as well. So you can highlight 3 different buckets, just like one bucket here, second bucket here, third bucket here in the same company. And for each bucket, he mentioned bullet under bullet points. That is perfectly also allowed. मतलब अगर आप मल्टीपल पोर्टफोलियो हैंडल कर रहे हो, लेट्स टेक एग्जांपल, सपोज आदित्य इज हैंडलिंग 3 पोर्टफोलियो, वन इज सेल्स, सेकंड इज बिजनेस डेवलपमेंट, थर्ड इज मार्केटिंग, तो 3 अलग अलग बकेट बनाओ, हर बकेट के अंदर बुलेट पॉइंट्स डालो, दैट इज आल्सो अलाउड, बट मेक श्योर इट शुड बी सिमेट्रिकल. ऐसा नहीं हो कि बुलेट बड़ा छोटा कर दिया, ऊपर नीचे कर दिया, लेफ्ट राइट कर दिया, दैट विल क्रिएट you can say inconsistency in your resume. It will be difficult to read, so it should be structured properly. Clear? Is this clear?
Yes.
Yes, Priyank.
Okay. So in a nutshell, I can say that if you worked on multiple tools, just like suppose Canva, Figma, or any kind of wireframing tool like Balsamiq or Whimsical or POP, or if you worked in any kind of technical tools like Jira, Rally, Trello, or if you worked in data analytics tool like R, Python, SQL, Power BI, Tableau, you can highlight those details in your resume. The more details you can mention, it will increase your chances of your selection during the interview shortlist round. So जो भी आपने काम किया है प्रोडक्ट मैनेजमेंट से रिलेटेड, प्लीज हाईलाइट एज मच एज यू कैन. दिस मेक योर रिज्यूमे स्ट्रॉन्ग as much as possible. So that was about your resume part. Any questions before jumping on to the interview part? Resume से related कोई है doubt?
So far, so good, Priyank.
Others?
That's good. Thank you.
No.
Okay, ठीक है. Let's go to the just give me 1 second. I am sharing my screen. Is this visible?
Yes.
Okay. So resume part is completed. Now I am going to discuss about interview and applying for the jobs. Sorry. Okay. So in an interview, what is the first question every recruiter asks? Tell me. सबसे पहले इंटरव्यूअर कौन सा क्वेश्चन पूछता है आपसे? कौन सा क्वेश्चन पूछता है सबसे पहले, बताओ. What is the first question every recruiter asks?
Tell me about yourself.
Okay. Now do you tell me what will be the duration of that answer?
Minimum 2 minutes. Minimum 2 minutes, Priyank.
Okay. Mansi?
1 to 2 minutes, yes.
Okay, Aditya?
2 minutes also.
Absolutely correct. Ideally, it should be 2 minutes, but make sure it should not beyond 3 minutes. it should not beyond 3 minutes. क्यों ऐसा है? Because when you are meeting the recruiter during the interviews, then you are meeting a stranger. आप किसी अनजान इंसान से बात कर रहे हो. But they don't have the retention power to consume so much information. If you answer first question, which is too long, अगर आपने आंसर 10 मिनट का दे दिया, बोलते जा रहे हो तोते की तरह, they will not be able to remember everything. They completely forget. ये तो वही बात होगी. Suppose if someone strike your doorbell at your home and they are meeting you first time and they continuously talking you non-stop, will you able to remember them? सब चीज याद रख लोगे? Never. So make sure your first answer should not be beyond 2 minutes, max to max 3 minutes it should be there, and it should having a proper chronology. Now कैसे answer देना? First of all, mention what's your name, from which place you belongs to, where you did graduation or post graduation if applicable, how many brands you worked, how many companies you worked, what was the last role you handle, and in your leisure time what you do. Means what are your hobbies, what you do in your leisure time. This is the right chronology. मतलब ये आपका जो इंटरव्यू आंसर है, it will talk about your complete personality, your personal, your professional, and from your personality point of view, what would you do in day-to-day life. Okay, so it should have a proper chronology.
Just a question. Why we are mentioning our hobbies here? Instead, we should
Because
mention something like our goals or something like that. Because hobbies are too personal and recruiter
it
doesn't.
is not personal, Mansi. It is
Mhm.
not personal. If suppose you play chess, it is a personal. If suppose you love traveling, it is a personal. You just mention the name of the hobby. You are not supposed to reveal the detail ना कि traveling में कहाँ गए थे, किसके साथ गए थे, कहाँ फोटो खींचा, कहाँ रहे, वो तो डिटेल आपको नहीं बतानी ना.
Correct. But why will a recruiter be interested in knowing that
Because
I
they
love
want
hobbies?
because they want to hire a person which is having a 360-degree personality. They want to hire extrovert person. They want to hire those people who actually have a good stakeholder management skill set. If you are a highly introvert person, then the recruiter will not hire you. आप बात ही नहीं करते किसी से, आपको घुलना मिलना किसी के साथ पसंद नहीं है, आप अपनी दुनिया में मस्त रहते हो. Will you able to convince a person to make the product live when they hire you? You tell me.
Correct. But instead of hobbies, if we mention
Hobbies, Mansi, let me complete. Hobby से आपकी बहुत चीजें पता चलती है. Let me give an example. Suppose Mansi, you say that I love tracking.
Okay.
Then it reflect your leadership skills. क्योंकि ट्रैकिंग पे इंसान अकेला तो जाता नहीं है. दे यू ऑलवेज गो विद ए ग्रुप ना. मिनिमम 2 लोग तो होंगे ग्रुप में. अकेला तो कभी कोई ट्रैकिंग पे जाता नहीं है, वो जा ही नहीं सकता. ओके, सो मिनिमम 2 और 3 का ग्रुप होता है. नाउ व्हेन यू प्लान इन ए ग्रुप, देन डेफिनेटली यू प्लान ए ग्रुप, you plan a track, you execute, you face the challenges, you remove the challenges, you actually help other people, and you actually take decisions in uncertainties also. कभी क्लाइमेट बदल के खराब हो गया, कभी कुछ हो गया, then it will reflect your strong leadership potential ना. उनको लीडर्स चाहिए ना, उनको मैनेजर्स थोड़ी ना हायर करने. Similarly, suppose if you say that I love chess, then ultimately it will showcase your complex problem solving skills. क्योंकि चेस एक प्रॉब्लम है जो आपको खुद माइंड से मैप से आपको सॉल्व करनी है. इफ सपोज यू से दैट आई लव क्रिकेट, वो आपकी टीम कोलैबोरेशन स्किल सेट को दर्शाता है, क्योंकि क्रिकेट एक इंडिविजुअल गेम तो है नहीं, टीम प्लेयर गेम है. सो इनडायरेक्टली आपकी कुछ ना कुछ स्किल सेट को हाईलाइट करता है. यू गॉट माय पॉइंट?
Got it. Yes. But for example, if my hobby doesn't match, if I say I love shopping, I love cooking, something like that.
शॉपिंग में तो प्लानिंग और एग्जीक्यूशन है. शॉपिंग बिना प्लानिंग के हो जाती है? ये बताओ. पहले आप कोई लिस्ट बनाओगे, फिर उसके बाद सर्च करोगे कहाँ जाना है, फिर उसके बाद कंपेयर करोगे, फिर परचेस करोगे, फिर उसके बाद घर वापस आओगे. उसमें टाइम तो लगाओगे. टाइम मैनेजमेंट इन्वॉल्व है, डिसीजन मेकिंग इन्वॉल्व है, एग्जीक्यूशन इन्वॉल्व है, प्लानिंग इन्वॉल्व है, और उसके बाद कंजम्पशन इन्वॉल्व है. और शॉपिंग किसकी कर रहे हो? प्रोडक्ट्स की कर रहे हो ना, सर्विसेज की कर रहे हो ना. तो आपको हायर किसके लिए किया जा रहा है? प्रोडक्ट मैनेजमेंट के लिए ना.
Okay. Got
सो
it.
दीज थिंग्स आर इंटररिलेटेड. ओके,
Okay.
अगर आप
got it.
बोलते हो कि मेरे को आई लव रीडिंग बुक्स, वो रीडिंग भी आपकी एक हॉबी है और वो भी
Correct.
काम आएगी इसके अंदर, बिकॉज यू आर रीडिंग टू मच डेटा एंड यू आर एक्चुअली अंडरस्टैंडिंग इट.
Hmm. Got it.
सपोज अगर आप बोलते हो कि मेरे को फोटोग्राफी का शौक है, तो फोटोग्राफी भी एक क्रिएटिविटी दिखाता है आपकी, एंड क्रिएटिविटी इज द बेस्ट स्किल फॉर द प्रोडक्ट मैनेजर्स.
Okay.
गॉट माय पॉइंट.
Yeah, got it.
आपकी कोई ना कोई भी हॉबी किसी ना किसी चीज से रिलेटेड है, बिकॉज प्रोडक्ट मैनेजर रोल इज अ वेरी डाइवर्स रोल एक्चुअली.
Hmm.
You have
Correct.
to showcase your 360 degree potential. हाँ, अगर उसका मन करेगा तो वो हॉबी के बारे में डिटेल से पूछेगा. Just like
Hmm.
what type of you can say photograph generally you click, and most important, how you actually work with your team. What are the challenges you face? How did you overcome? Then it's their call. They can ask follow-up question. But in the first question, you don't have to reveal personal detail. You have to talk about just name of the hobbies. That's it.
Okay.
मतलब आप पढ़ाई के अलावा, आप जॉब के अलावा आप एडिशनल क्या करते हो अपनी लाइफ में, दैट्स इट. जस्ट लाइक आप सपोज बोलते हो कि मैं मेडिटेशन और स्पिरिचुअलिटी में विश्वास रखती हूँ, एंड आई स्पेंड एटलीस्ट 1 hour इन मेडिटेशन, देन इट शोकेस योर सेल्फ रिफ्लेक्शन, इट शोकेस योर डीप थिंकिंग अपने आप के बारे में, अपनी लाइफ के बारे में. दैट इज ऑल्सो ए गुड स्किल इन टर्म्स ऑफ प्रोडक्ट मैनेजमेंट, क्योंकि अगर आप स्ट्रेटेजिक थिंकिंग डेवलप नहीं करोगे, क्या आप प्रोडक्ट के बारे में सोच पाओगे डिटेल में? अपने आप के बारे में तो सोच नहीं रहे हो, प्रोडक्ट के बारे में क्या सोचोगे? तो दैट ऑल्सो रिफ्लेक्ट योर डिसीजन मेकिंग एबिलिटी. यू गॉट माई पॉइंट?
Got it. Yes.
So it is not personal. You have to just tell the name of the hobbies. That's it. That's their call whether they are asking follow-up questions or not. If it is too much personal, ideally they don't ask too much personal questions. But if they ask, if they motivates them, then ultimately they can ask questions. Just like suppose if मेरे से कोई पूछे मेरी hobby क्या है, I will say that I used to learn different languages whenever I am free. अब वो मुझसे पूछ सकते हैं कि कौन सी लैंग्वेज, आई कैन टेल I used to frequently travel to Germany, then I used to learn German language. Last week, suppose I travel to France, then I actually start learning French language. Because yeah, it is a part of my job. And if I don't learn, if I don't have interest in learning, then how can I learn and how can I become master in just 1 week? That is my hobby. Because I love you can say learning new languages, because I want to understand how people converse in a different language. अगर आपकी लैंग्वेज सीखने की अगर से इंटरेस्ट नहीं होगा, क्या रट्टा मार के सीख लोगे वर्ड्स? नहीं. If you don't have an interest to learn English language, will you become master in English language? Definitely no. You are just for the sake of time pass in remembering few words. That's it. So that makes you stand out during the interview. और हॉबीज को सबसे लास्ट में आपको बोलना है. हार्डली 2 या 3 हॉबीज बोलनी है, ज्यादा नहीं. और फेक तो बिल्कुल भी मत करना. अगर आप बोल दोगे ऐसी हॉबी जो आपको कभी आज तक आपने खुद लाइफ में कभी ट्राई नहीं करी, यू विल बी यू कैन से कॉट इन द इंटरव्यू. जस्ट लाइक सपोज आपने मानसी बोल दिया कि मेरे को ट्रैकिंग बहुत पसंद है, पर आज तक कभी आप कभी ट्रैकिंग कभी गए नहीं. They can ask any question like how did you plan, how did you manage, how and what is the advice you want to give to the younger self if you go to trek right now. अब आप फंस जाओगे, कैसे आंसर करोगे? वो पर्सनैलिटी देख लेते हैं इंसान की कि ट्रैकिंग पे वाकई बंदा जाता है, पर्सनैलिटी से लगता भी है कि वैसे झूठ बोल रहा है. They can ask any question. So be prepared mentally. एक चीज और बताता हूँ. रिसेंटली अभी मैं आपको एक रिसेंटली केस सुनाता हूँ. लास्ट वीक ही ऐसा हुआ है. एक फीमेल स्टूडेंट ने प्रोडक्ट मैनेजर का इंटरव्यू दिया नाइका के अंदर. उसने क्या बोला? आई एम ए कंटेंट क्रिएटर एंड वेन एवर आई एम फ्री आई यूज टू क्रिएट रील्स ऑन इंस्टाग्राम.
Okay.
ठीक है. तो रिक्रूटर के दिमाग में क्या आया? उसने उसके ऊपर गेस्टिमेट बना दिया. ओके, यू लव क्रिएटिंग रील, ओके टेल मी आर यू रेडी टू सोल्व वन गेस्टिमेट राइट नाउ? उसने कहा यस. उसने गेस्टिमेट क्या दिया? ओके टेल मी हाउ मेनी रील्स आर अपलोडेड इन एवरी मिनट फ्रॉम इंडियन सबकॉन्टिनेंट. इंस्टाग्राम पे हर मिनट में कितनी फीमेल रील्स अपलोड कर रही है? अब बताओ आप ये क्या करोगे? अब आप मना भी नहीं कर सकते सोल्व करने में, क्योंकि ये प्रोडक्ट रिलेटेड गेस्टिमेट है और आपकी हॉबीज के साथ मैच करता है. आपको खुद को रील बनानी नहीं आती तो दुनिया के बारे में आप क्या निकालोगे? इसका मतलब आपने कभी इंस्टाग्राम का प्रोडक्ट कभी खोला ही नहीं. क्लियर?
Correct.
तो
Correct.
ये सोच के बोलना हॉबीज कि उसका बाउंसर आपको प्रोडक्ट केस और गेस्टिमेट के रूप में आपको मिल सकता है.
Got it. Okay.
तो ये मत समझ लेना कि आपका फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन लास्ट क्वेश्चन बन जाए. बी वेरी क्लियर.
Okay.
Okay. So it's a dangerous question also, and it also a motivated questions as well, because you drive your whole interview in your own direction. जैसे आपने बोला इंस्टाग्राम पे रील बनाते हो, ठीक है, आपका इंटरव्यू उस डायरेक्शन मुड़ जाएगा, आप गेस्टिमेट सोल्व कर लोगे, आप इंस्टाग्राम की बैड फीचर के बारे में बात कर लोगे, गुड फीचर्स के बारे में बात कर लोगे, एंड सपोज इफ इंस्टाग्राम हायर यू, व्हाट इज द फर्स्ट एक्शन यू वांट टू टेक इन योर फीचर इंप्रूवमेंट, देन इट इज 100% इन योर फेवर। आप इंटरव्यू को अपने डायरेक्शन में मोल्ड कर रहे हो, एंड डेफिनेटली यू बिकम द विनर एट द एंड। और उनको क्या चाहिए, आपको क्या चाहिए, आपको तो जो भी चाहिए ना। दैट्स व्हाई इट्स ए big opportunity for you to mold the interview in your own direction, but be very clear what to answer. If you don't know anything, if you haven't do anything in the past, don't tell anything, otherwise आप फंस जाओगे। ब्लफ तो बिल्कुल ही मत करना, पूरी प्रिपरेशन के साथ जाना और कॉन्फिडेंस से बोलना। आदित्य, अजय, पीयूष, इज दिस क्लियर?
Yes.
ओके, नाउ ये क्वेश्चन पूछ लिया, फिर प्रोडक्ट डिजाइन क्वेश्चंस पूछ लिए, गेस्टिमेट पूछ लिए, उसके बाद क्या पूछते हैं? उसके बाद आपसे छोटी मोटी चीजें पूछेंगे, मिस्टेक बताओ, वीकनेस बताओ, फेलियर बताओ, स्ट्रेंथ बताओ। तो अब आपको क्या बताना है, अब आपको क्या चीजें बतानी चाहिए? लेट मी पिक अप टू क्वेश्चंस। व्हाट स्ट्रेंथ यू हैव टू हाईलाइट ड्यूरिंग द इंटरव्यू? स्ट्रेंथ में क्या क्या बताना है? स्ट्रेंथ के अंदर वो चीजें बतानी है जिसका जॉब के साथ लेना देना। सपोज मोहन सेड दैट माय बिगेस्ट स्ट्रेंथ इज दैट आई एम ए इंट्रोवर्ट पर्सन, मुझे किसी से बात करना पसंद ही नहीं है, मैं अपनी दुनिया में मस्त रहता हूं, ये मेरी स्ट्रेंथ है, आई एम इंट्रोवर्ट पर्सन। और इससे मुझे बहुत फायदा होता है, कैसे? बिकॉज इट विल सेव माई मनी। जो एक्सट्रोवर्ट हैं वीकेंड पे कहीं ना कहीं घूमने जाएंगे, 2-2,500 रुपए मॉल में लग गया, पब में चले गए, बार में चले गए, शॉपिंग मॉल में चले गए, 2-2,500 का खर्चा हो गया, बट आई एम सेविंग ए ह्यूज अमाउंट ऑफ मनी बिकॉज आई एम ए इंट्रोवर्ट पर्सन। तो रिक्रूटर का रिएक्शन क्या होगा? दे विल रिजेक्ट यू बिकॉज यू हैव टू बी एक्सट्रोवर्ट पर्सन। अगर आप अपनी दुनिया में मस्त हो तो फिर दूसरों को कन्विंस कैसे करोगे? So don't tell those kind of strength which is completely opposite to the role. Always highlight those strength which is required to become a good product manager, just like creative thinking, complex problem solving, and communication, public speaking, convincing, negotiation. ये strength आपको बतानी है किसी ना किसी तरीके से, जो प्रोडक्ट मैनेजर बनने के लिए चाहिए। Is this clear?
Yes, Priyank.
Clear, yes.
Okay, let me talk about weakness. Weakness वो नहीं बतानी जो आपके रोल के अगेंस्ट जाए। जैसे सपोज राहुल कुमार ने बोला, माय बिगेस्ट वीकनेस इज आई एम नॉट एबल टू बार्गेन, आई एम नॉट एबल टू नेगोशिएट विद एनीवन, आई एम वेरी पुअर। विल यू गेट हायर्ड? नो, बिकॉज इट इज कंप्लीटली कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी। आपको वो वीकनेस बतानी है जो रोल के लिए रिक्वायर्ड ही नहीं है, जो रोल का कोई लेना देना ही नहीं है उसके साथ, वो वीकनेस आप बता सकते हो। इफ यू से अपफ्रंट दैट मेरी कोई वीकनेस ही नहीं है, आई डोंट हैव एनी वीकनेस, आई एम ए वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग पर्सन, देन नोबडी विल बिलीव यू। हर इंसान की कोई ना कोई वीकनेस होती है, यू हैव टू टेल दैट, बट डोंट टेल दोज वीकनेस व्हिच हैज अ डायरेक्ट रिलेशन विद द जॉब। सो व्हाट टाइप ऑफ वीकनेस यू कैन से? सपोज मानसी, मैं आपसे पूछता हूं, अगर आपसे कोई पूछे आपकी वीकनेस क्या है, हाउ डू यू आंसर?
I would say that I'm not sure if this is correct or not.
हम
but
बोलो,
I-
एक बार ट्राई तो करो।
Yeah, so I would say that I am sometimes very impatient when I launch as I work in marketing. When I launch a campaign, I am too curious to see the results for that campaign. So I'm very impatient in that case.
ये आपके अगेंस्ट चला जाएगा
Yeah, I know. I couldn't think
बिकॉज
of.
आपने कैंपेन वर्ड यूज कर दिया ना। डोंट यूज एनीथिंग विच इज रिलेटेड टू द जॉब। जैसे आपने कैंपेन बोला, रिजल्ट बोला, ये सारे जॉब से रिलेटेड है, डोंट टेल दैट। लेट मी गिव ए बेटर आंसर।
Okay.
Mansi, hope you remember there is a common weakness of every female person. Just like when you are at home, if suppose your younger brother or sister or your mother, okay, remove the belongings from that place. Just like in your living room, suppose you put something on your table, on your bed, or on your almirah. If they change the location or they move these things here and there, ultimately they become you can say angry. गुस्सा आ जाता है सातवें आसमान पे, हिम्मत कैसे होगी मेरे सामान को हाथ लगाने की?
Right.
And ultimately you start fighting with your siblings or even with your mother also.
Right.
and you are not able to concentrate on anything at least for 15 to 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
This is the weakness you can communicate.
Okay.
अब आप ये क्यों बोल रहे हो weakness? Because
Not
whatever it is
related.
happening at your home, it has nothing to do with the office. और ये कॉमन वीकनेस है, हर एक की है, आपकी नहीं है, हर एक की है. 99% फीमेल की कॉमन वीकनेस है.
But
बट
usually
सिर्फ
they are.
वीकनेस बट वीकनेस बताने से कुछ नहीं चलेगा. यू हैव टू टेल द सोल्यूशन ऑल्सो, हाउ यू आर ओवरकमिंग योर वीकनेस. यू हैव टू टेल दैट ऑल्सो. खाली वीकनेस बता दोगे काम नहीं चलेगा, आपको सोल्यूशन ही बताना, आप क्या कर रहे हो इसको ओवरकम करने के लिए. यू कैन टेल दैट I have realized that it is consuming my most of the time and ultimately it will lose my productivity at home. So what I have decided that whenever such kind of things actually happen at my home, then I used to close my eyes or I used to do meditation. It helps me to relax and it cut down my anger all of a sudden. So it makes me feel happy and I don't want to dilute the relations at home. That's what I am doing. Just ये answer बोलना.
Got it. But for example, if they are more interested to know some weaknesses which are related to work, and they specify this, because I have
वो तो
personally
मेरा कोई है ही
faced,
नहीं. मेरा वर्क रिलेटेड कुछ नहीं है. वर्क रिलेटेड
because
सिर्फ इतना सा है
personally I
कि
have faced this in one of the
वर्क
interviews.
रिलेटेड आप ये बोल सकते हो कि जस्ट लाइक कि कभी कभार ऐसा हो जाता है व्हेन आई फील एग्जॉस्टेड आई यूज्ड टू आस्क फॉलो अप क्वेश्चन. समटाइम आई स्किप्ड because of anxiety, because of you can say overload. I sometimes skip asking few questions which are necessary to ask, but I completely forget it. It happens once or twice in the past, that's it. ये मत बोलना कि हर बार होता है. एक या दो बार ऐसा हुआ है जब मैं बहुत ज्यादा थक गई हूँ या बहुत ज्यादा मैंने काम कर लिया, ओवरलोड हो गया, तो मेरे से 2-3 फॉलोअप क्वेश्चन पूछने भूल गया, which I feel I am having a weakness, because it is necessary in any situation. You have to ask each and every single minute questions which is relevant with the project. ये आप बोल सकते हो.
Okay. Can we also say that I try to work for more time and neglect my family life? So will that be considered
आप
as a
बोल सकते
weakness?
हो, बोल सकते हो. निगलेक्ट माई फैमिली मत बोलना, आप ये बोल दो कि कभी कभार मैं अपनी फैमिली को टेक केयर करना भूल जाती हूँ. जैसे किसी ने मेरे को घर पे कमिटमेंट दिया है कि सुबह शाम को हमने आज साथ में या मूवी देखने जाना है, कहीं पे भी जाना है. सम टाइम आई यूज्ड टू फॉरगेट टू कंप्लीटली इन्फॉर्म देम, एंड व्हेन आई एंटर्ड होम द क्वारल्स और आर्गुमेंट्स स्टार्टेड हैपनिंग. I actually prioritize work over my family because I am in a learning stage, growth stage, but simultaneously I have to take care of my family. If I inform them well in advance, then ultimately I will be having a more productive outcome, because I work too much in my office, but at the home the debates are happy. I am not able to sleep properly. So in my opinion, I have to start informing well in advance. That is my weakness right now. ये बोल सकते हो आप. थोड़ा
Okay.
स्ट्रक्चर आंसर दो, दिमाग लगा के बोलो. पीपल विल बी हैप्पी टू आंसर इट, क्योंकि आप वो ये समझेंगे यू आर बीइंग 100% ऑनेस्ट. पहले तो आपकी ऑनेस्टी को केयर करेंगे, वैल्यू देंगे. सेकंड, यू नो हाउ टू इंप्रूव योर वीकनेस. उनको और क्या चाहिए? गलती करिए तो मान लो ना, क्या दिक्कत है, बट गलती के साथ आप ये बोलो आप उसको सुधार कैसे रहे हो. राइट अजय, मोहन, एनी क्वेश्चंस?
Yeah, I think once you have to admit what is the weakness, and then you have to tell like what are you doing towards that mistake to.
Absolutely. Ajay, any questions?
No questions.
Okay, great. Now अब थोड़ा फर्दर नेक्स्ट स्टेप पे चलते हैं. दैट इज योर सिचुएशनल क्वेश्चंस और बिहेवियरल क्वेश्चंस. पहले एक बात बताओ, मैंने आपको ये पहले भी इंटरव्यू सेकंड सेशन जब मैंने आपका लिया था, आई डिस्कस अबाउट द एटीट्यूड एंड बिहेवियर. डू यू रिमेंबर व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन एटीट्यूड एंड बिहेवियर? I covered that in the second session. What is attitude? What is behavior? Anyone would like to answer?
Attitude is a reaction to a certain scenario, but behavior is how a person is basically. I might be wrong, but that's my definition.
Okay. Anyone else? दोनों में क्या डिफरेंस है एटीट्यूड और बिहेवियर में? Okay, no problem. Let me tell you. Attitude means what you say. Behavior means what you do. Attitude means what you say, behavior means what you do. कहने और करने में बहुत फर्क होता है. If you say something and do the same thing, everyone will trust you. You are a credible and authentic person. But if you say something and do opposite, nobody will trust you. Nobody will like you. And you are a called as biased person. Now, during interview, recruiter check both your attitude as well as behavior. How? During the first question, tell me about yourself. They will check your attitude. आप कौन हो, क्या कह रहे हो, सही कह रहे हो, गलत कह रहे हो, they will judge. But how they validate? Through their behavioral questions. तो उसके बाद आपसे situational based behavioral question पूछे जाते हैं. जैसे tell me about an incident when you see something wrong happening in your happening at your workplace. How did you overcome that situation? मतलब आपने कंपनी में किसी को काम करते हुए देखा कि वो गलत कर रहा है. What was your reaction and how did you overcome that situation? मतलब किसी ने आपसे ये पूछ लिया, how did you handle indirectly ethical dilemma? Okay, let me answer this. How you can handle? Suppose मैं आपको एक example ही दे देता हूँ इसके बाद में. If you have ever worked in a company, sometimes what happens, you have to travel because of a client requirement, and you actually book a cab to travel to the client location. So for an instance, let me cite one real experience with you. Aditya and I, means myself, are both close friends and we are working on the same client and we used to travel together at the client location. And Aditya used to book the cab whenever he used to meet the client. Since last couple of weeks, I have noticed that Aditya, whenever he booked the cab, he always get the invoice from the Uber or Ola. And during filing a reimbursement claim, he used to claim double amount. Let's take an example. Suppose the fare amount is 100 rupees, but Aditya filed 200 rupees in the claim. मतलब कहने का मतलब ये है कि 100 रुपए का बिल आता है, खर्चा होता है, 200 रुपए क्लेम कर लेता है. The additional 100 rupees goes into his pocket. Now I have noticed this. This has happened multiple times. Initially he was entering just 100 rupees as extra amount, but nowadays he's entering 300 or 400 charges. And this becomes a routine habit right now. Now, I was under huge dilemma because if I say something to Aditya, my friendship will be broken and he start coming, making arguments with me. Please come focus on your personal life. Why you are, you can say, interfering here. But if I don't say something, he will not stop and he will repeating the same thing every day with more and more amount. And I know this is completely wrong because it is completely unethical. And if organization knows this, Aditya will lose his job. But I don't want to suffer his life because Aditya family is dependent upon him. Whatever he earns, 90% of the portion he always give to his family. If he loses the job, ultimately entire family will spoil. So I want to stop this. But if I say something, Aditya will argue with me. If I want to stop this by raising his complaint to my manager, then Aditya will be terminated. What should I do? So I decided to take some action. So first I decided to directly talk with Aditya. And Aditya initially completely denied in understanding my opinion. He started arguing with me as usual, but I tried 3 to 4 times. And I tried my level best to convince him, but he was not listening to him because he completely giving arguments like my salary is low. If I earn additional 2 rupees, what's wrong with that? And I become sometimes speechless, but I have to do justice with my job. So I tried 5 times, but he was not listening. So I decided to take a, you can say, good, big step, discuss with my manager. And then manager was involved in the conversation and somehow he has to face some penalty on this. Although he didn't lose the job because I give my good words to my manager, but ultimately he has to face certain penalty. He was not allowed to go for the travel and he was not allowed to claim any bill, at least for the 3 months. But ultimately his job was saved. This is the problem I have noticed and faced. In reality, that was purely based upon my ethical dilemma. So this is how you can give smart answers. Why? Because this will actually highlight your observation skills. This highlight what you faced and you know what is right, what is wrong, and what action you have taken in the need of an hour. Is this clear? But how to give the smart answers in the behavioral questions?
Got it. Yeah.
Any questions so far?
Can you give one more example?
Huh?
Can you give one more example? Not like
मैं
something.
दूसरे सिचुएशन का दे देता हूँ आपको. जैसे सपोज लेट्स टेक एग्जांपल, different question, like you can say, tell me about a situation when you faced a conflict with your team member. He was not listening to you. Whenever you assign any task, he's always denied it. Now the product go live has been planned. Then he has applied for the leave immediately. How did you manage this situation? Clear? मतलब आपके साथ एक टीम मेंबर काम कर रहा है, वो आपकी बात कभी सुनता नहीं है. कभी भी आप कोई भी काम देते हो, वो सामने से मना कर देता है. Now, how do you handle this kind of situation? So, first of all, I have set up a one-on-one meeting with my team member, understanding what is the problem, what is the disagreement, what is the conflict, and why. So when I have made a one-on-one conversation with him, I have realized that he is actually not happy with two things. First, his pay, and second thing, he is not happy with the role, because somehow internally he is dissatisfied, because he assumed that somehow the higher management did politics with him, because he completely forget the fact that he joined with his friend in the same team, but he is working hard, always go beyond, you can say, his duties, and willing to take additional responsibility. But he was working on the fact that he always maintain work-life balance, means 9 to 6 kind of a job, and he don't want to take additional responsibility. Now, whenever any critical situation happened, his friend always actually comes first in grabbing those opportunities. And this creates some kind of discomfort. During the recent promotion, his friend got 40% hike and he got 20% hike. That's why he is having some kind of discomfort. And since last 3 weeks, he's continuously, consistently, you can say, arguing and completely not in a favor of accepting any kind of work. That kind of behavioral is actually surprising for me. That's why I have set up this kind of meeting and I get this clarity. Now, how I handle this situation, I have explained the expectation from the organization, how you can demonstrate your leadership qualities. If you don't come forward to take the responsibilities whenever organization demands, then ultimately organization will not help you during the appraisal process. If you completely deny whenever organization need your, you can say, task, then ultimately why they will care you during the appraisal process? They will appreciate the work of those individuals who always become available in the critical situation. And that's why the packet difference has come up. But if you also stand out in your responsibilities and focus with 100% commitment and dedication, ultimately next time you will be rewarded. And this is a high time I am giving you this opportunity. If you take a lead, ultimately I can put the best word during the next appraisal conversation. That's how I convince. And he, you can say, declined his leave application just for the sake of criticizing and disagreement with me. And he proved his capability. And definitely whenever the right time comes, I will pitch his profile for the conversation. This is how I have handled this kind of conflict. Clear? Rahul, Saurabh, any questions?
So far, so good. Priyank.
Okay. So इस तरह से आप better answers दे सकते हैं. प्रोडक्ट डिजाइन के बारे में हमने ऑलरेडी बात कर लिया लास्ट टाइम. जस्ट लाइक सॉरी, आपका जो केस सॉल्विंग जो पहला राउंड हुआ था, पहला सेशन मैंने तो लिया था प्रोडक्ट डिजाइन 2 लिया था मैंने. सॉरी केस सॉल्विंग सेकंड सेशन लिया था। जो फर्स्ट सेशन था आई थिंक किसी और मेंटर ने लिया होगा, तो प्रोडक्ट डिजाइन ऑलरेडी कवर हो गया होगा आपका। मैंने स्विगी का भी मैंने ऑलरेडी कवर कर दिया था, तो आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू रिपीट दिस। एंड सेम थिंग वही है कि अगर आपको एडिशनल क्वेश्चन सोल्व करने हैं, दीज आर देयर ऑन द स्क्रीन। नेक्स्ट 3 एरियाज ऑन हाउ यू कैन इंप्रूव द गूगल मैप और हाउ यू कैन डिजाइन द वेदर एप्लीकेशन। इनफैक्ट गेस्टिमेट भी हमने लास्ट सेशन में डिस्कस कर लिया है। नाउ लेट मी डिस्कस अबाउट अदर क्वेश्चंस। Recruiters also ask related to product related questions also, like what is your favorite product? Suppose मैं आपसे पूछूं, tell me about your favorite product, how you answer it? आपके लाइफ में कोई फेवरेट प्रोडक्ट है? फेवरेट प्रोडक्ट क्या होता है बताओ? What do you mean by favorite product? Tell me. Anyone?
Which is easy to
You
use
have
on
a
a daily basis.
you have a problem and it is solved by the product. Let's say I hate carrying my wallet. I have Google Pay, so I consider that my favorite product. Would that suffice?
आप कितने प्रोडक्ट यूज कर रहे हो डेली बेसिस पे? 1, 2, 5, 10, 100, हाउ मच? How many products you are using?
On a daily basis, maybe 1 to 5.
1 to 5. And all are your favorite products or only one?
Uh, I would say only one because uh, if it is a root cause, I would say the phone is my favorite product because I don't have to go and meet a person. I don't have to carry my wallet or anything. So and the reasons like this, I would say phone is my favorite product.
बट कौन सा फोन, कौन सा मॉडल यूज कर रहे हो? विच फोन, विच स्मार्टफोन?
The one which I am using, do I have to state that too?
Yeah, which model you are using, model phone you are using? Samsung, Oppo, Apple, which model?
Samsung.
Okay. Okay, anyone else who have a different answer?
Yes, I would like to say, like, for example, I'll research that product. I'll research one of the product before answering this question. I would take Zomato, for example, or Instagram, and I will like think like a product manager and show them that how this product features are so good, and then I would say that this is my favorite product, something like that.
Okay. आप एक बात बताओ, ये फेवरेट प्रोडक्ट पूछते क्यों है इंटरव्यू में? कुछ आइडिया है? Why they ask this question?
I think to see our skills, that how much research we have done on a product, and how, like, कौन से features हमें पसंद आए हैं इस product के, and how we are thinking like a product manager, और हम कैसे उस product के features को समझ पाए और हमें क्या अच्छा लगता है, something like that.
Okay. Basically, favorite product is the product that actually help you to understand whether you are using product every day or not. How you say that one of the product is your favorite product? If you are using every day or most frequently you are using it, it is actually solving your problem. It is also actually help you in you can say improving the experience of a customer, or it is actually meant to solve one of the pain point. That's why it is favorite product. आपके प्रोडक्ट सारे प्रोडक्ट तो फेवरेट हो नहीं सकते. Just like you have suppose 10 friends, are all your 10 friends are favorite friends? No, maybe 1 or 2 friends will be favorite, whom you share each and everything, whom you want to spend time with them, whom you want to make an outing like shopping or you can say attending events and all like that. Similarly, product Not all products are a favorite product. One of the product may be favorite, or two products can be your favorite because you love to use again and again, because it actually help to improve your experience. It actually help to solve your problem, and something unique is actually making your life easier. Now, how to handle these kind of questions? First of all, understand why recruiter asked this question. Recruiter want to understand whether you are the right fit for the company or not. If you don't have any knowledge about your favorite product, what is the guarantee that you will become a good product manager if they are going to hire you in their company? First of all, they want to hire the product managers who can solve the problem of a customer. They are not going to hire you just to create new problem. Okay, please remember this. They are going to hire you so that you have to solve the problem. But if you don't know anything about your favorite product, what is the guarantee that if they offer you a role, you are the best person to identify the problems in the new product? अब अगर आप अपने फेवरेट प्रोडक्ट के बारे में नहीं जानते, उसकी प्रॉब्लम्स को नहीं जानते, क्या गारंटी है कल को मैंने आपको हायर कर लिया और मेरे प्रोडक्ट को आप अपना प्रोडक्ट समझ के यूज करोगे और उसकी प्रॉब्लम्स को आइडेंटिफाई करोगे और उसको सॉल्व भी करोगे? So if you are using a product multiple times, then the chances are very high, then you know much better about those problems. That's why they asked this question. Now, how to answer this? First of all, don't tell the name of the products which are very popular or from a big brands. जैसे बोल दोगे आईफोन मेरा फेवरेट प्रोडक्ट है, ओके, मेरे रेबन के सनग्लासेस और एविएटर ग्लासेस मेरे फेवरेट प्रोडक्ट हैं, और टेस्ला की कार मेरी फेवरेट प्रोडक्ट है, or suppose you mention that Rolex की watch मेरी favorite product. Don't tell the big brand's name. और suppose आप बोलोगे Instagram मेरा favorite product है, Facebook के बिना तो मैं रह ही नहीं सकता. Don't tell these branded product name, because सिर्फ आपसे ये क्वेश्चन ही पूछा जाएगा, आपसे फॉलो अप क्वेश्चन ही पूछे जाएंगे. What is the next follow up question? Why? चलो आपने why भी बता दिया. Then they will ask further question. Tell me 3 common problems in your favorite product and how you overcome it. तो अब आप फंस जाओगे. अगर आपने बोल दी इंस्टाग्राम, अब इंस्टाग्राम तो बहुत ही मैच्योर प्रोडक्ट है, कई सालों से मार्केट में है, एंड इट इज कंटिन्यूअसली सॉल्विंग द प्रॉब्लम्स, देन व्हाट इज द गारंटी यू विल गिव द राइट आंसर? सो डोंट टेल एनी प्रोडक्ट व्हिच इज टू पॉपुलर. ऑलवेज टेल दोस प्रोडक्ट व्हिच यू नो मच बेटर देन रिक्रूटर. रिक्रूटर को आपसे ज्यादा पता नहीं होना चाहिए, आपको ज्यादा पता होना चाहिए. सो टेल दोस प्रोडक्ट व्हिच आर नॉट टू मच पॉपुलर, ओनली यू और फ्यू पीपल आर कंज्यूमिंग इट. Let me give an example. Suppose if you ask my favorite product, I will answer like my favorite product is Duolingo. बहुत कम लोग उसके बारे में जानते हैं, सारी दुनिया नहीं जानती, hardly 30-40% जानते हैं. Now, first of all, I have to tell what is the Duolingo product. Duolingo is a product that actually help you to make understanding and mastery of any other foreign language in a very short time. As part of my job, I used to keep traveling here and there. Recently, 3 months back, I was informed by my supervisor on a very short notice that day after tomorrow you have to travel to Germany and you have to deal directly with the German clients. And I had no clue how to understand German language, but I have took this opportunity, but I don't have time to learn and hire a private tutor for this because I have just 48 hours. So what I did, I have started searching for some, you can say, resource in terms of courses. And luckily I came to know about this Duolingo app. From onboarding to account creation to, you can say, understanding the language, it was completely seamless experience for me. And it was actually a fun for me to learn the language within 48 hours. How? Because it is a mobile app, and ultimately it will help you to start from scratch, especially with those keywords which are very important. As a beginner, you should understand while you are dealing with the client. Not only this, I have an option to check my own competency. After each chapter, there is a small quiz which I have attempted one by one to check my competency level, whether I am becoming a master or proficient or just a beginner or learner. And the best part, which I feel, which is unique in this particular app, which stand out in the market, is that I have an option to book a private tutor call, one-on-one, 40 minutes call with a private tutor. That actually helped me to ask the specific doubts, just like sometimes I'm not able to pronounce the right word. That actually helped me a lot. And this actually built intense, you can say, big confidence in me to conversate in the German language. And not only this, last week, I also traveled to France and I also learned French language in just 3 days. So for me, it was a time saver. It was a unique app which I have realized, and I'm continuously learning new languages day by day and becoming master in a very short time. That's why it is my favorite product. So इस आंसर से आपको क्या पता चला? आपको रीजन पता चला कि ये प्रोडक्ट आपने क्यों यूज किया, आपको ये पता चला कि इसकी बेस्ट फीचर कौन सी है जो मार्केट से दूसरे कंप्यूटर से स्टैंड आउट करती हैं, आपको ये पता चला कि आपकी कौन सी स्पेसिफिक प्रॉब्लम इसने सोल्व करी, और आपको ये पता चला कि ये फेवरेट प्रोडक्ट क्यों है, क्योंकि आप बार बार यूज कर रहे हो, आपको ऑप्शंस इजिली अप्रोचेबल है, यूनिक है, और आप उसके ऊपर ट्रस्ट करते हो, और आपको बेटर रिजल्ट भी मिल रहा है. दैट्स व्हाई इट इज अ फेवरेट प्रोडक्ट. क्लियर? Mansi, Aditya, Ajay, is this clear?
Can you give some more example of products which we can say?
आप कोई से भी प्रोडक्ट बोल सकते हो, जैसे आप कैलेंडरी बोल सकते हो. कैलेंडरी जानते हो क्या होता है? एक एप्लीकेशन है that is actually help you to manage your time, and this calendar application is linked with all the mailboxes just like Google, Yahoo, Outlook, or even small you can say office specific tools. So basically the problem, suppose Mansi, you are facing is you are not able to manage your time because you are using too much applications right now. आप ऑफिस में भी काम कर रहे हो, आप घर भी देख रहे हो, आप अपना ईमेल भी चेक कर रहे हो, बट किसी ने आपका कैलेंडर ब्लॉक कर दिया, आपको खुद को पता नहीं चल रहा. Suppose you are in a home and you are not log in your office laptop, but someone has booked a meeting at 8:30 to 9:30 in the evening, and you could not join because you don't know the meeting invite. So you are not able to organize your time, and sometimes escalations happen. So that's why you have searched a common tool that actually link with all the platforms at one single place, and you will be notified on your time. Not only this, it actually help you to give alerts 30 minutes before whenever any meeting comes, and as well as whenever you want to share your availability, you just share the calendar link, update the schedule, mention your available hours, and they can book your slots, and you get immediately notified via WhatsApp, via text message, or via email also. That makes your life more easy, comfortable, and organized in a better way. आप ये भी आंसर दे सकते हो, बट वो प्रोडक्ट आपने यूज किया हो. मानसी, ऐसे अंधाधुंध कोई झूठ मत बोल देना. लेकिन आस्क एनी फीचर ऑल्सो. आप बोल दोगे कि मैंने कैलेंडरी मेरा बेस्ट है, पर आपने कभी आज तक कैलेंडरी डाउनलोड ही नहीं किया. Sometimes what happen, they can also, if they are interested to understand more ना, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल मैंने डुओलिंगो बोल दिया, रिक्रूटर को पता नहीं, वो ये भी बोल सकता है कि एक बार दिखाना डुओलिंगो काम कैसे करता है. आपका स्मार्टफोन भी देख सकता है, और सब पता लगा आपके स्मार्टफोन में वो ऐप ही नहीं है, तो किस बेस पे कह रहे हो कि वो फेवरेट प्रोडक्ट है?
Correct.
Okay.
And for example, if you are giving interview for a particular industry, so is it necessary or is it
कोई
good?
necessary नहीं. It is not
Okay.
necessary at all. आप
Okay.
हेल्थ केयर सेगमेंट के प्रोडक्ट में जो रोल पे जा रहे हो, फार्मास्यूटिकल का भी एग्जांपल दे सकते हो, कंज्यूमर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स के प्रोडक्ट का भी एग्जांपल दे सकते हो, वो सब अलाउड है. इट्स योर कॉल ना, व्हिच प्रोडक्ट यू कॉल एज फेवरेट प्रोडक्ट. इंडस्ट्री के हिसाब से थोड़ी ना होता है.
But will it give a advantage that अगर हम same product,
No,
same industry में?
nothing.
Okay.
Only advantage you will receive is you know your product much better, you know which problem it is being solved, you know how to communicate the answer and how to improve your product. That's it. तो जो भी आप बोलोगे, रिक्रूटर को नई चीज समझ में आनी चाहिए. If recruiter learns more from you, then you are always having a double advantage from it. If you communicate any product which recruiter knows much better than you will fall under trap. आप वो प्रोडक्ट बोलो जिसके बारे में आप सबसे ज्यादा जानते हो और कोई नहीं जानता.
Got it. And if you are
Recruiter
saying
also wants to learn from you as well.
correct. For example, if you're not talking about popular products, we're talking about some products which are not so popular, but that product doesn't have very good features or something like that. If a cross question comes that
Then you can say that I am facing a one particular problem every day, and for me this feature is the best one. You can talk about one specific feature only.
okay, got it.
Finally, the last point I would like to tell you about today's session is how to search for a job. So basically, job search करने के कई तरीके हैं. You can go to the online, check their job opening or career page, directly search for the opening and apply with your resume and submit it. But market is not good right now. This option will not give you best result. But अब हजारों में application आ रही हैं. Maybe they are not able to notice your application. So I would highly recommend, instead of directly applying to any company for any role, First of all, search out the people who are working in the same company through LinkedIn or any other platform, and try to refer your profile via those common people. Why? Because every company has a referral policy. If you refer a person and they got selected, they will get referral bonus once you complete the probation period. But it doesn't mean that the one person can refer so many people. No, it's not like that. If suppose you refer a person and they got rejected, then next time they are not going to refer anyone, because their referral score will also give negative result. So before reaching out to someone for a referral, always be prepared with your ask. The person will refer you only if your ask is clear, and your ask is justified by 3 simple questions. First, why you are interested in this role? इस रोल पे आप क्यों अप्लाई करना चाहते हो? Second, why you are interested in applying their company? उनकी कंपनी में क्यों अप्लाई करना चाह रहे हो? And third, why you feel you will be selected 100% or you should be hired as compared to other? मतलब आपको ही कोई क्यों जॉब दे, किसी और को कोई क्यों ना दे? आपके अंदर ऐसी क्या खासियत है? These 3 things should be clear in your answer. अगर ये 3 क्वेश्चन का आप आंसर दे दोगे, why you are interested in their role, why you are interested in their company, and why only you, then the referral will get confidence and they will definitely apply you. And if they apply you, you will definitely crack the interview. आपको chance ही चाहिए. Because if referral applies your profile, then the application will go directly to the hiring manager. It will increase your chances and definitely you will get shortlisted. तो ऑलवेज रेफरल के थ्रू अप्लाई करो. अगर आपको कोई रेफरल नहीं मिल रहा है, if you don't get any referral, then it's better you can directly apply online. Clear? But always customize your resume before applying anywhere else. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so this is how you can apply for the job. And in a nutshell, I can say interviews are actually a crude mechanism. Sometimes you get success, sometimes you get disheartened, but don't give up. Always refine your answers and keep trying again and again. So most important is how you give the right answer, how you have the clarity, and how you receive the feedback. This is the very important. Okay. Any questions? Quick questions?
Yeah, Priyank. So, Grow Junction were providing us placement support for 1 year. So, what support they will provide?
आप एक बार जरा उनसे पूछ लो डायरेक्टली, वो आपको बेटर बता पाएंगे, बिकॉज दैट पार्ट एक्चुअली आई एम नॉट हैंडलिंग.
Okay.
You can directly talk to Jahangir or Nazreen. They will be best to answer this, because I am from the mentor team actually. Okay.
Yeah.
In case if you need any help in related to placement process, I have shared one email website in the chat, productmanagementexercises.com. This URL will have multiple questions that has been asked till date during the interview, and also have the sample answers. You can go through the same. इसमें आपको काफी सारे क्वेश्चंस मिल जाएंगे. ठीक है. और अगर कोई और मेरे को उससे सपोर्ट चाहिए, आई एम शेयरिंग माय ईमेल आईडी इन द चैट आल्सो. अगर कुछ डाउट है, कुछ क्लियर इंफॉर्मेशन चाहिए, देन यू कैन रीच आउट टू माय email ID also. Clear? So that's all from my side. Mohan, Rahul Kumar, Saurabh, any questions?
One question from my side. For example, if I'm not good in technical part and I don't know some answer in the interview, how to handle that?
एक बार repeat करना, क्या कह रहे हो?
If I don't know a particular answer related to technical part because I don't have a background of tech right now, so how to handle that question?
आप सिंपल, अगर आपको नहीं आ रहा तो साफ मना कर दो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. 2-3 के आप आंसर नहीं भी दोगे तो भी चलेगा, बट झूठ मत बोलना.
Okay.
2-3 तो अलाउड है.
Okay.
Ajay, Rahul, any questions?
No
I
questions.
don't have it. I don't have any question, Priyank. I just have a request. In your previous class, you have assigned us a task saying that we have to create a guesstimate for the IG live that is happening in a day. You have
Can you
shared
speak
us
little
your
bit louder?
email.
Can you speak little bit louder?
Yeah, am I audible now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, in your previous class, you said that I have to create a guesstimate for the Instagram live that is happening in a day, and you have shared your Gmail address, right? I would like to share the guesstimate which I have
You can
written
share it.
here.
I will evaluate and I will give you the right answer afterward. Okay.
Yeah, I would appreciate your feedback very much. Thanks, Priyank.
Sure. Thank you. Okay, Nazneen, over to you now.
Okay.
Thank you. Wishing you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.